Hello class, this is the last video to show you how are you going to put together the project. So far you have completed part A1 and A2, and now you have this section that is A3. So for A1 and A2 you should go over all the feedback I provided and fix those gaps that were missing the information. So once you complete 1 and 2 and you have all fixed it, then you go and move on to number 3. On number 3 is where you're going to showcase basically all your tactics that you have designed in 1 and 2. So the instructions are here, and it's telling you that you have to combine, or it combines chapter social plans, parts 11 through 14. So now you are going to take, like I said, the plans onto the hands-on portion. You are going to figure out the type of content that you would like to have included in your plan. So I'm going to show you again the example of the past submission so that you can have a better understanding. You should include your content calendar because in theory you are creating some content or suggesting some content to be created. So you should fill in this content calendar. You should look into the social media metrics and how are you going to measure your the success of your plan. And then at the end comes the video presentation, which I'm also going to show you in a second. So let's go ahead and check this out. So this is the plan that you have seen before, right? So the last part that I showed you last time was like how this student incorporated all the different social platforms that she thought were going to be good for her plan. So the last part, all what she just did was like, okay, so I have all this information. How am I going to leverage this? She realizes what are the things that she needs to do. So she says creating content, and this is how she deploys it. So she gets here and she figures, the information from her social media research plan. She figures out that there needs to be in-house marketing, and which she already acknowledged because she has been looking into what H&M was doing, and she simply gets the information that they have going on. This is on the current, or at that time, the current marketing campaign that they were having. It was a sprint, so how we're deploying some of their spring information. However, look at this. She says this marketing campaign focuses on spring wear for 2018. They caption adorable, breezy, and crisp. As we can see, they have chosen kids as the models for this collection. The photos features the kids being playful on their comfortable spring attire. And then she explains how she will add pieces of her strategy of what she's suggesting to an ad like this. Okay? Then she figures, okay, she knows who's the target audience. She has already realized what they like, what they want, and then she comes up with the example of the content that will tie to her big idea. Remember, she was working on getting H&M into environmental concerns. So she creates she talks about a hashtag that she wanted to implement, and she makes what she's done here. It's like a mock post. So that's exactly what you're going to do. Show some mock posts of things that you would like to do. There's one for Facebook, there's one for Instagram. Then she has her social media content calendar, how she estimates that the content is going to be deployed. Then the social media metrics templates, depending on the platforms that she was gonna implement, how does she wants to see it, the changes, and the metrics. In this case, she was going to measure likes, retweets, repins, comments, shares. So that depends on the strategy that you have. She suggested had some brand evangelists or influencers. Then she filled in her social media budget template, And I want to be very honest with you, she did an amazing job with this. You could try to do the best that you can. This is something that we have not completely covered. We know that there are expenses. We know when we cover Facebook ads, we know that they cost money. But you could easily have an estimate here. I'm not going to dig into these numbers at all. And then she has her final summary. So it's basically the conclusion. And a link to her YouTube presentation. So what she did was she created a PowerPoint with the information that she needed, and she just recorded the whole thing and upload it to YouTube. However, I'm going to take you to YouTube so that you can take a look a little bit of what she did. And I'm just going to go here up. And so what she did here, and I'm just going to show you some thumbnails. It's like she talked about, introduced the company, then she said the target market, the objectives. So she's not going through all the information. What the social media audit told her. We're back to the same. This is definitely what her big idea was, how she was going to do it. And she's just giving us here like snapshots. And I'm just going to let this play for a minute so you can see what she was saying.
To integrate traditional marketing with the big idea, H&M could create billboards, posters with the logo and hashtag, as well as make a line of graphic t-shirts that would feature the logo. Part of the proceeds from selling the t-shirts could go towards the funding of the charity. For this campaign, I think H&M should use Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. I think this because these 4 sites are where the target audience. This challenges users to put together outfits that are made with eco-friendly materials. This both shows H&M's dedication to sustainability and creates great interaction with users. Next on the right is a Facebook example. This post combines the target audience's love for motivational quotes and again the idea of sustainability. The caption also includes a link that they take pride in doing a majority of their campaign design. It's the big idea of graphics for gardens, which H&M will benefit from in multiple areas. This big idea incorporated both what our audience was looking for and the values that H&M prides itself on. Next, we discovered what channels were most appropriate for this big idea campaign and how we would measure success on these channels. Lastly, we calculated a potential budget for the social media campaign. What I hope you take away from this social media marketing plan is that all my ideas came organically from listening to what consumers had to say. In the end, it is their input that is most important to the success of a company.